Happy birthday, Pasquale. You're entering your 22nd year of life. A life that has already been full of many challenges. A life packed with drama, and not just in the performances. A young life now starting to truly blossom as it should. The tradition is to give you the keys of the kingdom, as long as you survive your requisite 21 shots, of course, or if you want to be one of the boys, your yard glass. But remember, no hurling until the binge session is done. So what can I share with you post-alcoholic revels that might make a difference? What in my life that I have lived so far could be the sage advice that you might need one day? I wish to share any of my hard-earned wisdom with you, if only it could help to make your life easier and less demanding in any way. I was concerned that I could see you facing the same trials and tribulations that I had in the past, that you too seemingly wished to please others, as I had done, and as per Aesop, that never works out to be the best plan, and I needed you to know how absolutely gorgeous you are in body, heart, mind and soul, so you would never let anyone else's yardstick determine your self-esteem or your belief in your internal or external beauty. You are much more than just a beautiful voice. You are much more than an exquisite singer. You are much more than an exceptionally talented musical and vocal performer. You are much more than anything you could ever have imagined. You can sing, dance, and play musical instruments to a very high level. I believe I remember you're also nearly fluent in at least one other language apart from English. But do you really know whom you are inside? If all was stripped away, who is the Pasquale who would be then? I know this is the scariest question anyone could ever ask of themselves, but I can assure you, coming from experience, you would find that the Pasquale left behind when all else seemingly had been taken away is the most breathtakingly beautiful, pure, gorgeous, and wise soul, to the extent that you never could have imagined you would ever find anyone so wonderful to share this cosmos with. I do not think my path will be yours, and I hope to God it truly is no one else's. However, sometimes in order to truly fall in love with ourselves, we need to know what it is like to have no one else but us to rely on, or at least be prepared to envision it. Then we realize we have always been our own best friend, and always should be. Pasquale, what was your first heart dream? What was the dream you had when you first came into this life that made your soul ache with desire to make it come true? Was it to sing, play piano, dance, all of the above? Or do you yet need to remember what it is that makes your heart beat faster in truth? What is your passion in life, my dear friend? What is it that you feel you incarnated this lifetime in order to achieve? Do you wish to cure cancer, depression, autism, heartache, especially your own, with your beautiful songs? Or is there something intangible that you haven't yet grasped, of which you still dream? My own heart dream was always to sing. But early on I realized I was as broken as everyone else, and thus somehow I needed to learn how to heal myself as well as others. But I still wanted to sing. So I needed to work out how to combine the two. And I think increasingly I have. I see you as a very much beloved younger sister, but I know people wish to be present in your life in order to benefit from your gifts, talents, and future success that we can all see coming. People wish to be able to say, "Oh, I knew her when." It seems to be human nature, I am afraid. If these people are asking you to be something as someone you feel you are not, they are not worthy of you. Even the element silver is prepared to bend and flex until it has almost entirely lost itself, but yet it never gives away its internal core structure completely. True authenticity, integrity, and the quality of being real have no price tag. Wear their clothes, their makeup, if that is necessary, but never forget whom you truly are, and always stand up for yourself and your beliefs. You, like all of us, are made of stardust, moonlight, sunbeams. You are silver and gold and all the elements, especially carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. People will often say unkind things about those whom are superstars. They do not know you. They have put you on a pedestal, and thus they are also showing that they do not know themselves. Never forget, though, that whilst you are brilliant, so are others. We are all brilliant in our own way. People who dislike you, who are envious or jealous, are recognizing aspects of themselves within you, but have not yet the awareness to claim those aspects from within themselves. Remember, what is in them is in you. As divas and simply human beings, there is an obligation to know ourselves as thoroughly as possible. First, we must know ourselves. Then we will find we have sometimes a disturbing amount of insight into everyone else. Know yourself, Pasquale. Consider your yin, your darkness, and all its flaws and foibles, but also its benefits and strengths. Consider your yang, your light, and do the same. And then consider your shadow, that which joins the two into an unbreakable whole within us, wherein lies the knowledge and the power of the Magus, the creator of the cosmos itself. The best artists know that the more they consider and learn about the cosmos within themselves, the more they understand the cosmos outside themselves. Also, I have intuited and had confirmed by spiritual masters that all trades, when practiced at the highest level, become art forms. This includes science itself. After all, to love can be an art form, especially when music becomes involved. To follow a religion at its highest level is more than sheer prayer. It becomes faith of the utmost devotion, love, and spiritual courage. Medicine, when practiced with compassion, care, and flawless medical knowledge, becomes an art. And so indeed does knowing yourself and the cosmos, inside and out. Magic is real, it would appear, after all. For how can you study consciousness without considering how magic it is? Magic that the proven science of neuroplasticity can help us to keep our brains, minds, and thus ourselves young. Magic that falling in love is apparently the most successful technique to turn on the miracle of neuroplasticity. Yet isn't the magic of love the greatest miracle of all? There are so many things in this world, in this cosmos, that I most likely cannot imagine, could ever imagine. There are so many things in this world that I do not yet understand. There are so many things in this world that I may never understand. So what is the most essential to share today with you? The most important wisdom I can think to impart to you, my dear little sister, is to trust yourself. You will always, if you follow your heart, listen to your gut, and temper both with the logic, rationality, and scientific reasoning of your brain, find the true north of your own heart and soul. Not just with romantic partners, but much more importantly with yourself and your own path in life. Within each and every one of us, there is a knowledge of whom we have incarnated this lifetime to be. We just need to access it from within by trusting ourselves in entirety. When we are on the right path, often life is like water flowing downhill. As Taylor Swift might say, "Hey, isn't this easy?" However, when we are beginning to wildly diverge from where our heart and soul truly want to be, then we start wondering if it will always be an uphill battle. Apparently, the cosmos initially communicates through a thought in the mind, then a feather touch in the hair, a flick on the ear, a stone on the path, a brick wall, a sledgehammer, an anvil, then finally a fall off a cliff, with all of the above on top of us at the bottom. Not surprisingly, one of those methods usually works. It's only stubborn people like yours truly that need the final treatment in order to realize, oh, so I'm not meant to be doing this after all. But I am sure you are much more sensitive to the alternating forces of the cosmos of our own inner heart and soul than I used to be. I think in order to truly succeed in the arts, it is necessary to learn how to allow yourself permission to be a success. You have to be prepared to embrace the tension and release of everyday life. And you have to be able to ride the winds of change through doubt, failure, and fear into happiness, hope, and sustained, unconditional love. And once again, I have written for 3 pages, and have I shared anything of value? It seems that the most important thing we can do as teachers and leaders by example is not to tell others what to do, but to ask the right questions to encourage them to reconsider their paths when things seem to be going wrong. Currently, I'm surrounded by people seemingly going in the wrong direction, and if I ask any questions, then I'm saddled with another diagnosis. Oh well, not everyone can be saved from themselves after all. The most important spiritual teacher in your life, Pasquale, will always be yourself. You will know if something is integrally right or wrong for you. But do not worry, even if you follow down a wrong path, despite the warnings from your own inner and outer cosmos, you will always get another chance at the next crossroads to change your mind. And there truly are no real mistakes or failures, just delayed success after slightly more painful lessons than might have been necessary if you believed in yourself the first time round. My dear little sister, I hope you have the most super 22nd year that anyone has ever had yet. My own was entertaining, and considering your flair for the dramatic, I suspect yours will be even more so. But I have met your grandfather and your mother, and I know that they will do their absolute best to help guide you to your own pot of gold under the rainbow. And in that mythical, legendary pot, I know you will find all the beautiful, golden, unconditional love in your heart and soul, and you will be home. Happy birthday, my beloved Pasquale. May all your dearest heart dreams come forever true.